Hey guys, so today I have a review slash first impression slash demo video for a foundation that I recently came across, and I believe this is fairly new because I've never seen it before, but I was randomly walking around Bed Bath & Beyond and I came across this, and it's the CoverGirl Ultra Smooth Foundation and Applicator, and it looked kind of interesting because I've never seen it, and it also comes with a little applicator, so I thought this would be an interesting product to review for you guys. I haven't seen this at Target yet, and I haven't seen much about it online, and I definitely wasn't expecting to find it at Bed Bath & Beyond because that's not really where I usually go for my drugstore makeup. And I was really curious about this foundation because CoverGirl does make some of my favorite drugstore foundations. For example, the Ready Set Gorgeous one is one that I use a lot, so I wanted to see how this one compares, and this one does have the Olay in the formula. So this is supposed to be an ultra smoothing foundation, and it says it's CoverGirl's first makeup to minimize the look of flaws and fine facial hair. And it does come in like a little plastic packaging, and when you open it up, that's when I realized that it came with a little rubber applicator, which I thought was really interesting and weird because this honestly looks kind of like a heel cushion and like a pasty. So apparently you are supposed to squeeze a small amount of the foundation onto the applicator, and you're just supposed to smooth it onto your skin. And I really wanted to see how this would work out, so I'm going to zoom you guys in and see how this applies. My skin has been super sensitive and irritated lately. I know you guys probably can't see very well, but I will zoom you in. It's just been really irritated, like all over my cheeks and my forehead. So I don't have any foundation on my face or anything. I just have a light moisturizer on, and I do have some eye makeup and my eyebrows done. Okay, now you guys have a closer look of my face and all of these imperfections. It's the redness that's over here. I don't know if you guys can see, but dark under eye circles, which is no surprise. Okay, so I picked this up in the shade 825 Buff Beige, and it's actually kind of difficult to choose what shade you are if you don't already know what you are in CoverGirl foundations, and I didn't realize that it is the same as the Stay Fabulous Outlast 3-in-1 foundation, and this one I had in Buff Beige, so I think this is slightly darker, but just by a hair, so I think I can still get away with using this one. It is different from the Ready Set Gorgeous line because this one I am in Creamy Natural, which makes it super confusing, but I think this is close enough for now. Okay, I'm gonna apply it to this side because this is where all of my like redness and irritation is right now, so let's see how this foundation smooths it out. I think the directions tell you to smooth it in the direction of your hair growth, which is supposed to help the smoothing effect of this foundation, I guess. I'm probably going to need more foundation than that. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more of that onto here. So here is kind of like the first light layer of the foundation. It kind of covered up the redness and whatnot, but let's go in with a little bit more. My forehead is pretty bad right now. My skin is just freaking out. It's kind of like that time of the month, and the weather is changing, so it's just reacting to everything. Okay, I'm getting it all over my hair. So my thoughts on this little applicator thing, I think it is kind of strange to apply your foundation with it. It makes it kind of difficult to blend. If you can see, like I'm just going back to where I initially put the foundation, and I just keep trying to blend it out, and now I'm using my finger and cheating. But yeah, this little silicone applicator makes it a little bit difficult. Like, how are you supposed to blend this out evenly with this? I don't know if I really like the little applicator, but the foundation actually is looking pretty good. It seems like it's a decent match for my skin right now. I had a couple of breakouts right here in my temple, and it looks like it covered it up pretty okay. It's not like full coverage, but you can probably build that up. Going in with a little bit more, oops, that's a lot more, just a little bit more of that foundation, just trying to blend it out with this weird little thing. So the coverage is about medium, I would say. I probably don't want to put more on over this because I don't want it to feel cakey. It is a little bit of a thicker foundation, and you can actually see that there is like a sheen to it, which I don't really mind as of right now because it's still just freshly applied and because my skin is super dry. So let's see how it sets. I think I would just prefer using my hands or a beauty blender to blend this out. I'm not positive if this applicator actually does anything to help smooth it down or if it's just the foundation itself, but this is what it looks like on with just a few pea-sized amounts of the foundation compared to this side with no foundation right now. And I'm looking into my viewfinder, but so far it looks like it has covered most of my under eye circles because you can see it's pretty dark over here, and then some of my blemishes are pretty well covered and some of that redness over here on my face too. So I do like the coverage of it so far. So I'm going to test it out on the other side using my beauty blender and see how it compares. So I'm just going to squeeze a small amount of it on the back of my hand and I'm just going to dot it on my face like I normally do. I think using the little silicone applicator makes you use a lot more product than you maybe need to, because this seems like enough product already and I don't know if I would put more on top of this. And I'm just going to apply it by dabbing it so it blends evenly. I can already tell you that I like using my beauty blender for this already because it's way faster. And honestly, I feel like it gives the same kind of finish. Okay, so now it's all blended out and that was the first layer. And that's what it looks like so far. I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, I don't think you're using as much product when you're using a beauty blender, and it seems to blend it out a lot more evenly and quicker. And I still have a tiny bit of foundation left on my hand, so I'm just going to use the rest of that kind of around the areas where I'm still a little bit more red. Okay, so that is one layer of the foundation all over my face on both sides. This one with the applicator that it came with, this one with the beauty blender. And right now it does have a dewy kind of finish to it, but if you do have oily or combo skin, you might not like this because it kind of looks a little bit shiny, but like I said, I did just apply this, so I'm gonna let it set to see if it kind of mattifies itself a little bit more. So I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the rest of my makeup done, and it has been about 10 minutes and the foundation does seem like it did set. It's definitely not as shiny as it was before. I did put a little bit of highlighter on top of my cheeks if you're seeing a little bit of sheen, but I do think that it is well blended out and it has covered a lot of my redness and blemishes, and especially my under eyes. I actually forgot about putting on concealer up until I was just about to sit back down. Overall, I think the foundation has pretty decent coverage. I think it's helped cover up a lot of the redness and blemishes on my face, and I would say it's a medium coverage kind of foundation. Definitely not a matte finish foundation, so keep that in mind. And as far as the smoothing aspect of the foundation, I do think that it helps to create a smoother appearance to your skin after you apply it. It definitely doesn't diminish any of your wrinkles, blemishes, or imperfections, but I do see a difference on my skin. Like I said, I was having a lot of irritation, redness, and bumps on my face, and I do think that the foundation helps to make it appear that you have very smooth and flawless skin. I think it does have a lot to do with the foundation formula and the finish of it because, like I said, it's slightly dewy, so it gives a very flawless finish. I didn't use a primer or a pore minimizer or anything underneath this. I wanted to see how this would perform on its own, so I do think that it did a good job. I like the way it looks. I like the way my makeup looks on top of it. Overall, I think it's a good foundation and I like the way it looks, so I'm gonna keep using it to see how I like it, but I don't think I will continue using the applicator just because I think it's slightly gimmicky and I don't think it makes a difference in the way the foundation looks. I just think it's a lot easier to use your fingers or a beauty blender. But that is my review for this product, and I hope you guys found it helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up so that I know you guys like these review kind of videos, and let me know also in the comments down below what you want to see next or if there's a new product you want me to try out. Otherwise, don't forget to check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, which is always linked down below for you. And don't forget about my holiday giveaway that is still going on right now. You have until December 23rd to enter that, and I will link that down below for you guys. I am off to the Justin Timberlake concert, so I will see you guys next time. Bye!